Hi, I'm Sonia White Jaguar. Welcome to this edition of White Jaguar Wednesdays, my semi-monthly series where I discuss spiritual subjects inspired by your questions. This is the third video of my series where I'm talking about crystals. And I wanted to give a special shout out to the person who asked this question. She's a new writer like myself, and she's been very helpful to me over the last several months, helping me as I get started online and establishing myself. And she recently published her first romance novel on Amazon, and she has many free books on Wattpad, and so I encourage you to check her out and support her. Her online handle is BEWA84, and I'm going to drop links below where you can check out her work. If you have a question that you would like me to answer in a future video, and if you also have material online like that, books, videos, artwork, anything like that, feel free to let me know and I'm happy to support you. Okay, so let's continue talking about crystals. If you missed the first two videos of this series, be sure to go back and watch those. What I'm going to talk about today is some different techniques you can use for doing healing work with crystals. So most people, I think, who have crystals, may have a collection like this, maybe sitting on a shelf or something, and maybe you have jewelry, like I'm wearing some jewelry today. You might wear the stones. You might also sometimes pick them up and maybe place them on a chakra or something, and maybe lay down, place them on your forehead, and that might be the extent of what you do with crystals, and that's great if you're at least doing that. But let me show you some other ways that you can use crystals to take your work to another level. So I'm a Reiki master, and during my Reiki training, my Reiki master taught us how to integrate crystals with our practice so that we could amplify the Reiki energy. So if you also are a Reiki practitioner or you use another healing method, you can combine crystals with what you're already doing and amplify the energy. So you don't have to be a practitioner of a particular energy method, but it does help your practice. You can simply use your intention, and the crystals will certainly help you. As I explained in the first video, crystals will work with your intuition and intention. That's the most important thing. So, for example, one of the things that I like to do with crystals is I have some crystal wands here on the table, and so I learned to basically hold the wand like a pen and use this to further amplify the energy and the intentions, kind of like a laser beam. I've never seen anyone hold it like Harry Potter style, like we're going to cast a spell or something. I've always used it this way to direct the energy, especially during a healing treatment. But I've done it on myself, and in fact, in preparation for recording this video, I held this. This is a rose quartz wand, so rose quartz is good for the heart chakra. So I held this against my heart chakra, and I asked it, was there anything specific that it could help me with today? And without even thinking, I moved my hand up to my forehead, and I heard a voice in my mind say, I want to help send love to your mind, to calm your mind. And I felt better after a few moments just holding the wand there. So as I said, you can use your intuition and develop a relationship with the crystals and ask them what they can help you with, and even ask them to help you to develop your clairvoyance and clairaudience so you can hear them speak like that, because you might feel, oh, okay, a heart chakra crystal, I'm going to point this to my heart chakra, but yeah, it might actually want to work on you in a different place. So that's something else you can do, and again, it just takes a few moments. I mean, I felt better right away. So you can do that with crystals, and then you don't have to carry them on your person, in a pocket or on jewelry or something all day. You can do some work in just a few minutes. So let me show you what else you can do with crystals. I have some pieces of paper here spread out on the table, and so I want to show you some other ways that you can work with crystals where you're basically setting an intention for them to work for you 24/7. So you don't have to keep picking them up and working with them all day. So first of all, let me talk about the human figure. I had talked about this in the first video and demonstrated a brief chakra balancing, and I talked about how you can use the crystals based on the colors of the chakra system. So I left this here to do another demonstration today. And so I've been giving Reiki for free at a free Reiki circle every week now for many, many years. And I usually work on 2 to 4 people each week. And so I can tell you, after years of doing that, I've seen some pretty consistent issues that come up in people. So let me show you how you can use something like this to help yourself or even to help other people. You can use a figure like this and let this be a stand-in for anybody. You can also print out a photo of yourself if you want to work on yourself or someone else or even a pet. It's great for pets because, you know, it can be hard to get a dog or a cat to sit still for a few minutes and then, you know, sit there trying to, you know, send energy to them, you know, or even place a crystal on them or something. So this is a great technique for animals. So you just intend that the figure is that person or that animal, and then place crystals on it and intend that that's going to send healing. So some of the common issues that I've seen are people have a lot on their mind, like I experienced with the rose quartz wand. So for instance, we could take the crystal that's for the third eye, for the mind, and just set that on the head of the figure and intend that that will clear the mind. Another issue I see often is some heartbreak, some congestion around the heart chakra. So we can take the green stone for the heart chakra, set that in the middle of the chest, and intend that that will clear any heartbreak. And then the third issue that I see a lot is because people are so much in their heads and have so much on their mind, they're not very well grounded, and they're just not centered in their body and fully present. Their minds are just scattered. So we can take the root chakra stone, the red stone here, and set that at the base of the spine, and then intend for that to center us. So at the end of the video, we'll do a little healing work and see if you can feel, you know, a change in these 3 areas. But first, I'd like to finish talking about the other pieces of paper here that I have on the table. So in addition to working on yourself or working on other people or animals, we can also send healing, love, and light to people on the other side. And we can reciprocate with our guides. And so if you've been watching my channel for a while, if you've read my free books on Wattpad, you know that I've been working with Alan Rickman since his death in 2016, and he is an amazing spirit guide. And I like to do exchanges with him because I find that the energy that I feel from him is increased the more that I reciprocate and give him energy in return. So I strongly encourage you, if you work with spirit guides, if you work with Alan, get in the habit of doing exchanges and send them love and light in exchange for the help that they're giving you. It's a wonderful way to give back. And what's nice about crystals is, you know, it's earth energy. You're not hurting anyone, you know, by asking earth energy like this to send love and light to someone. You can't hurt anyone. And it's kind of like a smile. You know, if you're passing someone in the street and you smile at them or you wave, that's all it is. It's simply sending a well wish, you know, for someone. And as we know, sometimes even something as simple as a smile can make someone's day. So that's all you're doing with crystals. So I don't want you to feel like you're bothering your spirit guides or you're bothering someone on the other side, you know, if you extend your crystal work, you know, to people in the higher dimension. So what I did with this picture of Alan, you know, he died of pancreatic cancer, which is, the pancreas is a digestive organ governed by the solar plexus, which is number 3, the yellow chakra here. And so what I felt guided to do for him today, you know, for demonstration purposes, was to take a piece of tiger's eye and set that in the area of his solar plexus to help him clear some of the residual energy from the pancreatic cancer. Sometimes when I'm working with him, I pick up on different areas and I will send energy to him in different places. But today, for demonstration purposes, this is what I felt guided to do. You might feel guided to do something similar for him. You might feel guided to choose a different crystal, a different color, place it on a different part, of the body, that's fine. Just work with your intuition. Again, you can't hurt him, and he will appreciate it. He loves healing work. I also have a picture of Tina Turner on the table, and I'm sure you know who she is. I've been a lifelong fan of Tina Turner's music, and she died recently, and so I don't do this all the time, but I felt guided when she died to take a picture of her and place a crystal on the paper to help her with her transition. When I was going through my healer's training, I was taught that the color orange was particularly helpful to people and to assist them with their transition and to help them cross over into the light. And I felt, again, just my intuition said she needed that help. So I took a piece of orange calcite and set that on the photo for her with that intention to help her with her transition. So again, if you feel guided to do something like that with a loved one, or someone who passes away, use your intuition. Maybe you'll feel guided to use orange, maybe you'll feel guided to use a different color. That's fine. But again, you can't hurt the person. You're simply sending them love and light, and they will appreciate it. So the other thing I wanted to mention that you can do is not only work on people and animals and people on the other side, but you can also send healing to the earth. And the earth is out of balance, and the more healing energy I feel that we can collectively send to the earth, the better. So why not use earth energy to help heal the earth? So what I did was I printed out a photo of the earth taken from space, of course, and then I set these 4 pieces of quartz crystal in each corner of the paper. That's what I felt guided to do. And my intention was to send love and light to the earth 24/7. So you can do that. The shaman that I've been working with for many, many years, he loves working with crystals, and he does a lot of ceremonies out in nature. And so what he recommends is actually carrying with you when you go out into nature, maybe on a hike or something, take some small pieces of crystals with you and put the intention into them to heal the earth. And then when you're out on your hike, then just take them and scatter them. I have a small bottle here of pieces of citrine, so I could do that. I could energize these pieces of citrine, and then when I go out, I could scatter them. Obviously, you're not hurting the earth by spreading crystals. Crystals come from the earth. So that's a wonderful way to disperse your loving, healing intentions to the earth and returning them to the earth. So you can do that as well if you feel guided to help the earth in that way. Okay. The other thing I wanted to mention was if you start working with crystals this way, keep a journal, because the journal will help you to keep track of what crystals you're using, and you can kind of check in every couple of days and see, are the crystals working? Do you feel different? Do you want to put a different intention in them? Do you want to change them out? Try different crystals. So I recommend journaling what you're doing so that you can potentially improve and expand on your practice. And you may find over time too that you develop an affinity for particular stones, and you want to continue to work with certain ones more than others because they work better. So it's best to track that in a journal, so then that can help you. Okay, so let's go ahead and end this session by doing a little healing work like I talked about before. Let's go ahead and I'm going to ask Alan to come in and energize these 3 crystals for us. And so see if you can feel a difference. I'm going to ask Alan Rickman, the British actor who died in 2016. Alan, would you please join us today and energize the 3 crystals on this human figure for all of the viewers of this video to help to clear their mind and clear any heartbreak, any congestion in the area of the mind and in the heart chakra, and also to help ground them in their bodies so that they're centered. All in the highest and best way, please. Thank you. Now let's give him a moment to do that. Yeah, I felt my whole being kind of settle down, and I felt like a band of energy around my head just kind of evaporate. So I still have a lot on my mind. So thank you so much, Alan. That was really cool. I hope that you felt that. So I hope that you got some inspiration, you know, from this video and from this series. I do have one more video coming up where I'll be talking about using crystals to help with manifesting specific goals. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. Definitely subscribe to my channel if you're new, so you can get notified of any future videos to come. And if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to comment below or send me a message at Sonya@SonyaWhiteJaguar.com. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.